So for the next award, very interesting. Best graduating student in psychology, best graduating student in sociology, best graduating student in law, best graduating student, of course, in social science UFP is Adironke Ajisola.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ronke, as you may or may not know, and hi, this is my channel. You're welcome. Aloha.
So is there anybody around me? I'm asking for guidance around these people who can't see what's wrong. The end of times is now.
So as you may have noticed, we're like in a different location today, and that's because I have something pretty small to show you guys. If you look at the bottom row here, you would see all of my academic achievements. I graduated best graduating student in law, sociology, psychology, and social science. And in this video, I'm just going to be telling you all how I did it. Period. Quick backstory, I won't consider myself like an extremely smart person. I have like the same IQ as everyone around me. Like, I'm not smarter than you, you're not smarter than me. I have very average IQ. If you knew me like in secondary school, you know that I was never really one of like those extremely like, whoa, I was never even on honors roll, to be honest. If you went to like, you know what the honors roll is, I was never on the honors roll. And so it's not like, oh, I'm naturally smarter than everybody else around me. But I think it's a matter of mindset. If you firmly believe that you can do it, trust you can do it, and there is nothing that you can't do. Like, the sky is literally your limit. So the first thing that I have to say, first of all, is Jesus. Is Jesus. Matthew 6:33 says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all other things shall be added unto you." That all other things includes grades, sis. It includes grades. So seek Jesus and you will find Jesus plus grades, plus grace, plus peace, plus everything else in between. You know the vibes. I feel like I have learned a lot about studying in general and just studying properly, and I just want to share like a few tips with you guys, you know, to help just a little bit, because you know that's all we do. We share information, you know the vibes. Okay, first thing I am going to tell you is that you should start early. Cramming doesn't help anything. Cramming actually stays in your short-term memory. In other words, it can't really be there for more than like, let's say, a day if you're like a good crammer, to stay in your head for like a day. And you can't cram large volumes without mixing them up. So if you're trying to cram a lot in a day, you're going to have a huge problem. So start early, start in advance, start immediately you start school, like start reading from them, because you want things to stay in your long-term memory, and for them to stay there, you have to read to understand, not read to cram. She gets. And it has to do with actually enjoying your subjects, but we'll get there. 2, the Pomodoro Technique. This thing changed the game completely. Have you ever like read, you started reading, and like at first when you're reading, everything's just entering, you should get everything like oh, I'm taking over, that kind of vibe. But as you continued reading, you kept feeling like, oh, this is not entering my head again, you know, and it felt like reading was a stress, like wow, this is really, really stressful. Have you ever felt like that? Yeah, we all have. That's because the human brain can actually continue absorbing information like from a book for more than 25 minutes at a time. After 25 minutes, you are just kidding yourself, because nothing is actually entering. Immediately you start feeling like, whoa, this thing is stressful. Stop it, quit it, drop the book, and for 5 minutes, go and read, play game, listen to, I say read, play game, listen to music, catch cruise. Because brain can only assimilate information for 25 minutes, but like everything can be back on track in 5 minutes. So do that. Don't be trying to stress yourself. Read for 25 minutes, take 5 minutes break. You can actually do that for 6 hours at a stretch to shock you, and everything will remain in your brain. Trust me. 3, you need to be excited about what you are reading. I had the opportunity to choose my own subjects. I chose law, psychology, sociology, and there were like 2 compulsory ones, com skills and ICT. So yes, I chose my subjects, and I am genuinely excited about them. If you don't know, I'm studying law in uni. What are you saying? So when I chose my subject, I was like, yes, this is going to be so exciting. And it was exciting, and I really enjoyed the topics, and I was very excited to read. Sometimes I would do like extra research because I wanted to know more, because it was me that chose it. Like, it's me that wants to do it, and I think it's just so fun and so nice, and you know the vibes. But for you have to have like your goal in mind, where you want to go. You can try writing out your report card before you even get, and be like, whoa, see, this is what we're going to do. And that feeling, like that imagination that you have of yourself, is what's going to motivate you and drive you forward towards actually achieving your goal. Like, just imagine whatever motivates you, really. The applause at the end of the day, everybody clapping for you, you know. Imagine it, and then let it motivate you, let it ginger your body. Like, guys, I wanted to make this video for like a long time, but I was like, whoa, let me get credentials to actually be able to make video. And now I've got my credentials, so like I have the right to sit down here and teach you, because I did it. For right, you gotta be writing. Like, if you go to class, you go to lectures, and you do not take notes, I don't know what you are doing. For me personally, anytime I wrote, it was like I was studying, because my teachers talked fast, and I can't be writing everything they're saying verbatim. My law teacher, for instance, my law teacher will say a sentence or a whole finish. You just say something like a statement, and I have to, in my brain, understand it and then reconstruct it and then put it down in my notes in a short way that I'll be able to understand. So in that way, like, I was ensuring that I was understanding as she was teaching. So when I'm actually going back to read or to study or to do anything like that, it's like, whoa, I already understand this thing. You know, like, I'm just getting for the first time, like, pourquoi? And 5, if you can teach it, you understand it. Maybe you're trying to understand a new concept, call your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your dog, anybody you can explain it to, and try and explain it to them. If they say they don't understand, try explaining it to them again. You doing that basically just means that you understand it to the T. Like, you can break it down to the littlest variable. You understand it. If there's no one around for you to teach the wall, and this is not a joke, the chair, the lamp. Talk to yourself, baby. Like, by the time you got the grades, it will be worth it. It will be very, very worth it. I do have to disclose that these were things that really, really worked for me, and not everything might work for you. So you need to experiment. Try what I told you to try, but also try new things that might work for you. These things have worked perfectly for me. Like, I genuinely understand what I read in school. Like, I learned it. If you ask me any of these concepts that I learned in school, I will be able to explain it to you, but it will not be the way my teacher explained it. That would be the way I wrote in my notes, I wrote in my textbook. It's the way I genuinely learned and understand it that I will be able to explain to you. And that's because I read to learn. I didn't read to pass. Me, I wasn't reading to pass exam. I wasn't reading to... You can read to pass exam. Reading to pass exam actually gets you very far in life. Let me know, like, gets you very far academically. But me, I didn't do that. I read because I wanted to understand. So those times I'll find myself like reading very vastly, like more than what I'm even supposed to read, because what I'm reading is going to come out in my exam. Do you get? But I had time because I started early, so I would still read very, very vastly. And yeah, that's it. I was never prepared for an exam because I never read completely. Like, I don't think I've ever gone for an exam prepared like, oh yes, I've read this entire book. There are actually some parts that I have not read. Like, I have not opened it because I caught cruise. I caught a lot of cruise. I was gying. Like, I used to gying. So there's some parts that I would not have read, but because I listened a lot in class and I wrote notes in class, and like I would look at my book, like after every class, I would like take a look at what I wrote and my notes and everything. So because I did that, it was already in my brain and I could like write it. So I didn't even, to be fair, I actually didn't have to read before an exam because everything was just already there because I had written it down, do you get? But I would still read again just to refresh my memory. So I end up reading like 2 to 3 times for an exam, and sometimes I'm reading unconsciously, like, do you get? And I also like reading for fun. Like, I just to carry my book, do you get? And it was a huge goal of mine. I have a list of prayers on my wall that I wrote in December, right? I wrote them in December 2020, and I was like, prayers for 2021, and one of those things was be best graduating students. Like, And at a point, right, I was like, whoa, God, I don't think it's possible again. Thanks for trying. I was actually telling God, like, thank you for trying. It's not possible. But you know what? I still believe in you. I still know you can do it. And this skinny, I'd be lying if I told you it didn't shock me, because I am still very shocked. Doesn't even feel real. Like, who? Like, I was so shook and be-shook and over-shook. If I can do it, trust me, you can do it. Like, it's not. If I can do it, it's definitely not rocket science. Like, definitely. Please feel free to like leave video recommendations in the description box. I really appreciate that. Like, comment, subscribe. Like, please. I check the killing, and 50% of people that watch my videos are not subscribed, and I'm like, bro, like, what? How can you? What? You just come here, watch, and leave. Please subscribe. Like, I am on the road to 500 subscribers. Like, I want to get to 500 subscribers by the end of the year, and you can really help me with that. Thank you so much. Remember, I love you and God loves you. Bye. Guys, I actually got asked this question once, like, how do you actually read? And I was like, okay, I will make a video about this. How do I actually read? How do I actually study? You guys. So here's the video, how I actually study. Because it can help. I mean, in uni, I'm still going to apply the same principles, and by the grace of God, I'll be showing you another testimony in July 2024. You know the vibes. Yeah. Like, don't kill me. Bye, guys.